Yeah.
Sideburns.
What's the word? Tell me what you heard. That info that we kicking to be louder than a herb. Word, information, no telepathico. We gon' have to elevate your mind where you wanna go. Kiss Calhoun in the mix. Sideburns dropping on the beats. It's a hit. It's a podcast you don't really wanna miss. So sit back, relax. Let's talk for a bit. What's the word? Spitting out the game that you need. What's the word? Make it say yes indeed. What's the word? Something that you wouldn't believe. What's the word? The word is for you to receive. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and you know we have some topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 I say tune in live, cause we up in the mix, and we have a few topics that we have to reach. What's the word? 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 What's the word?
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Kiss Calhoun. You heard me? And we're back for another episode of What's the Word? And I'm being joined, as usual, every Wednesday with the legendary, the one, the only Mr. What? Mr. Who? Mr. Dijon.
What is up, my good people? I am back. As you can see, I'm not sick anymore.
Not sounding like Sicily.
So I'm very, very excited, as always, to be joined by the legendary Kiss Calhoun and doing what we do best.
So today's episode is trying to love too. It sure isn't easy to do. So what is our views on polygamy and polyramy, whatever the fucking thing is, relationships, and if you were in one, what's your 401k? Of course, this is stemming the conversation that Jendaya,
I think you say it right,
Jendaya, the classic man, said he is in a polyamory relationship, and it was hard for him because of such and such. I got that, YouTube clip, because you already know I'm like 6 on your side. I always got it right ready for you.
And do.
But we got that, and then of course the tea is always hot when it comes from the messy shade, and we're gonna talk about.
It don't always be hot.
I know it be a little mild, but today it's a little hot because Amber Guyger was found guilty this morning for killing Bohom Jean. What's his name? I be saying people's name wrong, but he killed.
Me too. So I don't know why you asking me.
She killed him, and she was found convicted. R. Kelly, of course. We gotta keep y'all up with the tea about R. Kelly, the Kells. Of course, our good Station Jasmine guy then went to jail
for Mike Tyson.
For Mike Tyson and her husband. Of course, the NCAA and California bill, the governor signed for the athletes to be able to get paid for their image and likeness and stuff like that. Of course, Too Short became a daddy on us. He was telling all y'all to pop that coochie, and nobody ain't have a baby for him until now. Now, what you look at that? Of course, Evelyn Lazara said she Afro-Latina. It's crazy how everybody be Afro-Latina when they get caught up with some charges.
Girl, go sit your Afro-Latina ass down.
Exactly. And then...
You're not here for it.
Of course, we have some sad news. Snoop Dogg's grandson passed over the weekend, and we got some updated tea.
Yes, and we have more from that update that you put on there. I added like 3.
Good.
So we got, baby, this is gonna be a tea-filled show today. A hot topic.
Okay, Uncle Luke said, y'all wrong for the Super Bowl not having no Miami artists this year. Of course, some more sad news. A dance hall legend, Louis Rankton, passed away in a car accident, and Miss Adele, she got a tray. She got her a nice little chocolate tray. These songs about to be hidden when we bounce it out here, because you know how New Orleans
and when
do.
He break up with her ass,
she gonna really be like
someone
like you. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, trying to love too. It's not easy to do.
It's not.
So, what's our views on polygamous and polyamory relationships? I mean, let me go first.
Go
because
ahead.
a lot of people be just, giving their little 401ks about the new waves of relationships. How, to be honest with you, a lot of people already live in these kind of relationships. When, Tyrone got 3-4 kids, or when, he got one man got 4 baby mamas. I mean, one female got 4 baby daddies. That's kind of like those relationships if you look at it. But the only thing is, like, y'all not actually in the relationship itself. But how I feel about this whole, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, do whatever floats your boat. I mean, what works for you, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I like as far as for me, I don't think I could handle 2 men want me every day, cause this is just one nooch, and I can't share my pouyan.
So you don't think you could like date multiple men?
No, that's not who I am. Like I mean, I'm a one person at a time person. Like, I can't deal with everybody's emotions, but I get why some people get in those kind of relationships, because as far as what I got out of the interview with Jendea, it's mostly that person's is him or herself that desires or I mean, for him, he was like, you could one person. Some people can love one person for the rest of their lives. Some people can actually love multiple people over time, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, as far as for me and me knowing how a lot of men are, as far as a woman, I don't think, I think I can deal with it, but I don't think the men could deal with it, because that means they'll have to share me and share my time. Like, I might be saying, I'm with Tyreek, chill. I'm gonna see you Friday. You know what I'm saying? And for him, he might get mad.
Right, and I have
and I ain't trying to get shot up.
I have to agree with you. Men are way more emotionally attached when it comes to being in relationships. The thing that I hate about men is, like, we could go out here and we could do our thing, but the minute that a woman does
the same thing, it's like
they are heartbroken. They are like sitting down crying. You probably let them know they crying, or they probably call you, sing your voicemail like, dog, like, how could you do me this and this and that and this and that?
How
like,
you gonna leave me for Tyreek?
Like, it was supposed to be my day today.
Today, Tuesday, is my day. Like, how you gonna do that to me? But at the end of the day, it's more like what float your boat. Like, I do understand it. Like, for me, polyamory relationship would consist of me being in love with 2 men at the same time, and I feel that, yeah, I can do that. But it's gonna have to take a lot of discipline as far as for the men on that end, because I have discipline within myself, but it's gonna take a lot of discipline as far as the men concerned to lust over. Well, to deal with how they can deal with my time being shared between the two. Because at the end of the day, if I was to get in a relationship like that, I probably wouldn't want men to be like, well, why you always with him all the time and I only get to see you at nighttime? Why I can't? Or just that. But it just have to, like, take a lot of discipline, because I might just... I might not want neither one of y'all today.
Right.
And you might feel some kind of way. Time. Right. But as far as the polygamous side, and a lot of men starting to do relationships like that. Like, if you look at what's your boy from D-Ray from he a comedian.
Oh.
He got two wives.
Really?
Like, he
I
got
didn't know that.
I don't think they married. I think he have 2 girlfriends. And then Brandon Ingram have 2 girlfriends who used to play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now he plays for the Pelicans. I mean, he has 2 girlfriends. If it worked for him, it worked for him.
But see, well, we have to understand that this is nothing new. Like, this has been going, like, in certain cultures. the men have multiple wives,
and women
so
women
like,
have multiple husbands.
It's no different, you know. So I don't know why like a lot of people are kind of like. Well, I understand why they're like turn their nose up at it.
Because a lot of people are trying to make this. Now we need to be
like it's the new trend.
Motherland doing it, so let's do it. Like bitch, just because the motherland
Middle
people
Eastern
do it,
people are doing it, so like African people are doing it, so why can't we do it? You know.
But also, it's not just that. It's like people popularizing it, but it's actually a culture, and within that culture, like the people are disciplined. Like they know the rules. Like as far as a polygamous man, when he have multiple wives, it's still not his choosing. You know, the first wife has to choose the rest of the wives and okay the rest of the wives and stuff like that. Like he just can't.
Something new every day.
Yeah, he just can't. He just can't like, oh, I want 3 wives. No, if you going by the structure of what polygamy is, you have to accept what the wife want. And a lot of times the wife pick, and he might bring the girl around and be like, this is gonna be my first, this is gonna be my second wife, but she have to okay it. In some instance, in some cultures, a lot of women get to pick the second wife, the third wife, the fourth wife, but you gotta go through the first wife. Like on divorce court, they had a man who actually was getting divorced from his first wife because she felt that he was just doing too much. Like he was trying to add extra wives on the other 2 wives that he already had. So instead of having 3 wives, he wanted 4 wives. Like he wanted another one. And she was like, you know what? I'm not. Yeah, she was like, I'm not dealing with this.
Could agree as far as like marriages. Like no,
yeah, that's too much.
Like no,
And and guess what? She got her divorce. Judge Lentola gave her divorce, and he had to pay child support because they did share children together. So it wasn't more like an actual child support summons, like he went through the process of child support. She just ruled a certain amount of money per month that he paid as far as child support.
But see how you said like when the wives have they make the decisions on the other wives. You know these niggas out here ain't doing that. But like they making all the decisions on every wife that they have, and like bitch, you either fall in line or you don't.
Right, but it's more like a pact. It became more like a sisterhood. Like all the wives had to agree with something. You know what I'm saying? Not just the first wife had the trump card, but all the wives had their own personal say. So when he, say for instance, the guy, I think the first wife cut him off like no and the other wives was like, you was wrong, no, and like they didn't give him none. So he was like, I gotta straighten myself. So it's more of a lifestyle with discipline, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like having 2 girlfriends, 2 wives, 3 wives, 4, however float your boat, that's a lot of women to like. That's too much. My head would be damn hurting if I had all those people. They
like
do it.
To me personally, I don't think I could be in any type of relationship like that. Like I almost wanted to kill this boy when he asked me to do a certain thing for him.
Oh my God.
We won't discuss on the air, but just know that I was most likely going to be somebody's cellmate because I could have killed him when he fucking asked me to do that. Like, no, crazy. I'm not being second to nobody. I'm jealous. I'm needy at times where, bitch, when I want your time, I want your time.
I'm glad you said
that. And if
I
can't get it, then we're gonna have a problem if I have to share with somebody else. Like I'm not doing it. Like,
but at the end of the day, like it said, it's the whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, like whatever floats your boat. But just know, D. John not doing that.
Right.
Like we could almost compare it to like multiple dating people. Like when you're getting to know someone, so it's kind of like you are doing it in a sense.
I say that everybody's,
but it's like you're kind of not. You get what I'm saying? Right. So it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't.
But it's like they still practicing the emotional side of it. So kind of like I said, everybody is doing it. It's just that for every one person that is doing it, it's just still somebody is doing it. Like I said, when you're a woman have multiple baby daddies, that's kind of
right.
A relationship,
I done seen that a lot too.
Even though,
I mean,
like,
the baby
you might not be
mama,
getting Zeke from Tyrone,
the baby
Tyrone
mama's-
always coming back. Now you got 3 children for Tyrone, 2 children for Tyreek. Keisha don't know who the baby daddy for LaChris.
Child, I didn't
LaChris
seen it.
is
I didn't
for
seen
LaMike
it.
from around
Where
the corner.
you have the baby mamas getting along,
Right.
like,
And it's like,
and I'm
we
like,
one
bro,
big
is
happy
he
family.
right? Is he scoring both of them?
Yeah,
Like,
and look, and he probably is dicking both of them.
he probably,
okay.
child, he probably
But
putting
see-
that piña on both of them.
See, that's why I
but
can't
that's
deal with it,
neither
because
here. That,
I see, because for me, 2 men will be fighting over this canoe. I already know this. Like, you had her Tuesday, she be off on Tuesday. You gonna be having her tied by Thursday, and I'm gonna be like, you know what, Tyreek, I told you I got you. Don't worry about it. Weekend we going out,
girl.
But we're gonna get more into this conversation because we're gonna play a little snippet of Denja's, explanation about how his how being in a polyamorous relationship was kind of difficult for him at times, but he explained it a little bit. So for the people who don't know a little bit about it, he gonna explain. Of course, we're gonna spill this hot piping tea as usual, of course, and today's featured artist is none other than Miss Goldmine from New Orleans, and we got 2 tracks from her. This first track I'm about to play for you, I had the pleasure of actually directing and editing her first music video, but this is her second, and this one is X in the City. If you want to go watch it, you can go on my YouTube channel and watch it. It's called X in the City Part 2 on Kiss Calhoun YouTube. Follow me, like, and subscribe. Also, like and subscribe our YouTube page with all our episodes. Of course, you can catch our episodes on Anchor and Spotify as usual. /what's the word. And of course, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Yo What's the Word. You heard me. So here go a track. This one is X in the City Part 2 from the homie Goldmine. What's good?
Take me to Neverland, where we won't ever lose our plans. Wish I was 17 again, when everything made sense. Sex in the city, lost in the city. 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 Wish I was 17 again, when everything made sense. Have you ever dreamed of the way we could live? Up in a minute, getting lost in the hills. You know I love the way she twirl in them hills. She got looks for days. I was lost in her face. I got hooks for days. She love the sound of my voice. God gave me talent and a choice. Now it's time I make noise. Play with you like toys. I can see you having a boy. Won't you come home, fill a void? I say, won't you come home, fill a void? It's getting windy in the city, no Illinois. Searching for a love you gave, got me paranoid. Listening to Paramore. My life is like a movie on some Paramount shit. I text you all the time, but you don't care about shit. I'm just a goal looking for a ghost. Probably won't find you since you on another coast. Holy smokes, holy
Taylor King.
take me to Neverland, where we will never lose our plans. Wish I was 17 again, when everything made sense. Sex in the city, lost in the city. Sex in the city, lost in the city. Sex in the city, lost in the city. Wish I was 17 again, when everything made sense. Sex in the city, lost in the city. When I met you, got these feelings that I can't explain. Oh, that girl you with, man, she been a lame. I got the fire, so we making flame. I stay in my road, I stay in my lane. Shit is not a joke, it is not a game. Or maybe it's a shame that nothing's been the same. What I did was the first part, fell in love, then I broke my first heart. Never been the same since we broke up. Had to learn some things, had to grow up. Blowing like the wind, you made me a smoker. I won't call your bluff, unless we playing poker. Put it on my tongue, she's so poppin' like a toaster. Send me on an emotional roller coaster. Yeah, I'm tryna see you close up. Tweet you all day, so I ain't sending no subs. Beat the beat up, and I ain't need no gloves. Sending kissy faces, but she ain't showing no love. Sex in the city, lost in the city. Sex in the city, lost in the city.
Taylor.
Wish I was 17 again.
Wish I was 17 again. Let's go. When everything made sense.
We are back.
Yeah.
With What's the Word? And as you can see, Kiss Calhoun, she is just feeling herself right now.
Feeling it. You ain't
Of course, we were jamming to the homie Gold
Mine. With the mine.
That was what? Sex in the City?
Part dos.
Part 2. Yes. So she is our featured artist of the week.
You're me. And of course, you know, I had the pleasure of directing and shooting that video.
Oh.
If you want to go
beautiful.
see, it is on my YouTube page at Kiss Calhoun.
Yes, plug
of course,
your content. Plug your work.
I'm not recording anymore, so don't be hitting me up for videos.
Look, you can't.
But I will be back sometime.
But she will
2020.
take offers if you are speaking great
sometime
money.
Winter 2019 or 2020, I'll be back fuming. But right now, I'm on hiatus.
Serious inquiries only.
Right, yeah, at this
because
point.
she don't have time to be.
I don't got time.
Fooling around
I gotta
with no
be making
flakes.
some money. I
And we
can't
don't
be
do
making no
nothing
chump.
free.
Right, I can't be making no little chump chains. I gotta be making them
We need
dollars.
coins.
Them coins.
For high quality content.
But we were talking about polyamory and polygamous relationships, and if we could be in one.
Hell no.
But Jendea explained it for us a little bit, and he kind of like spilled his little, 401k on, being in that kind of relationships and how hard it was for him, especially because he had a female that shared multiple
men. Well, it was him and another man.
And he said he actually knew the guy.
But can we just get into how gorgeous this man is and how fine and scrumptious and...
I mean, he ain't all that, but yeah, he good. But play the clip. Let's see if we can play the clip.
But he said he knew the guy, but they didn't know each other personal. They just knew of each other.
Knowing you with that...
Right.
Like, he might have his little Carl Williams moments. He don't want to know if you creeping. Keep it on the low.
All right, but we're going to play a little bit.
Because his heart can't take it anymore.
But we're going to play a little bit of this interview so you guys can get the grasp and the ideal of how his relationship was in that aspect.
Or any of this. So let alone post 2015, 2016. So I'm looking for mentorship in this. I can't. Y'all, y'all
like 30 minutes at the end. At the end, like 30 at the end. There you go.
But see, this is the monogamy talking. 25 years, 22. Congratulations. I think that y'all in the minority in those terms.
But I was a notorious cheater. Now I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, I was a whore.
So anyway, let me ask you this. So when you say polyamory, it's okay for the women to be with other men also?
Absolutely. I've been in that relationship. I've done that. I've been in a relationship. Yep. You cool? Yep. Was I cool? It was one of the most difficult things I ever had. This tattoo took 26 hours. I did it in like one sitting, essentially. The pain that I felt, knowing that she was with another man, is one of the worst pains I felt in my life. This is a few years ago.
You gotta explain, brother. I haven't heard this side.
I had to do that because what kind of man am I to tell a woman that you can't be with somebody else when I'm out here being with somebody else.
A man.
No,
A real
not
man.
at all. I'm a boy. That's a real man. See what you win. Throw some buck.
And so that was a little bit of clip. Of course, YouTube always hit us with these little ads. And baby, we don't play with the ads. But just like what he said, it was difficult for him to be knowing that she was out here with another dude and he was breaking her back, making her feel it in the arch and all that.
But that is the initial reaction, especially when you have a connection with somebody, and that's how I felt. Like what I talked about earlier, like it was like I felt played, like bitch, like
so you want to be in a polyamorist?
No,
we got to talk about this over the show.
In what way, shape, or form did you think that I was gonna agree to something like that? Like, fuck off.
I feel like, in a sense, when you do, if you in these types of relationships, it only works if all parties are in agreement of this. You can't just be like, and it's got to be somebody who you know is in this kind of lifestyle. Not somebody who you know not in this lifestyle. But let me clear
things up. I'm all for like group sex. Like you want to have you want to do a threesome, let's go ahead and do that. But as far as being in a relationship, a group relationship, hell no.
They say trying to love two is sure not easy to do.
It's sure the fuck not, because you got to deal with too many personalities.
Yeah, and then
that's gonna stress you out.
And you know me, I'll be putting everybody out, but like get your shit.
That's me.
You know,
bitch, I'm blocking everybody because my nerves too bad. I can't take it. Like, leave me alone.
That's why I said, as far as me, I knew I couldn't be in that relationship because I grown to know me and know how I react in this situation. I don't think I'll be overly, exhausted, but I know for a fact that I wouldn't be like, especially if I might be jealous if he brings somebody in. I'm like, bitch, I don't like her. Like, then we gotta fight. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I always stress, whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like that kind of relationship, be in that kind of relationship, but only getting these kinds of relationship with people who you know are from that lifestyle and like to be in that. Because if you ask me something like, can we get in a polygamist relationship? And I'm gonna be like, bitch, didn't you listen to episode 15 of What's the Word? Like, no, I don't.
Right, bitch.
I just like one penis. That's it. One peon, I don't want multiple, because then it's like, a woman was assaulted today by her husband after apparently.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself because I was thinking
I'm
of something.
Nakija Wallace, and apparently,
but yes, I only like one penis and one butthole in a relationship.
That's a little bit too in mind.
What? I said butthole.
But we already know what you're talking about. Right, but anyway, we could go on and on about these topics. But we're going to get into some hot tea. Some hot messy tea. Of course, not too messy. But let's get into this Amber Guyger. Guiltier.
Her fucking name.
That's what she is.
Guilty. Of
killing Boham Jean, a man who died, I think, last year. Last year he was killed by a police officer that came into his apartment and shot him. So Dijon is gonna give you a little bit of tea. Of course, we got R. Kelly, our good girlfriend Stacia Jazz, two piece and they said don't trust them light skinned girls with the green eyes because they crazy. Too Short, Eva. We got Snoop, we got Jay-Z and Uncle Luke. We got just so much information. But go into the tea a little bit, Dijon.
All right, so the first one is coming from the Shade Room, of course. On Tuesday, a jury found former officer Amy G. We're gonna call her
Guyger.
Amber.
I know her name.
Girl, her name is Amber. I see.
Amanda. I mean,
it say Amber.
Amber. My bad. You know how I say they all look alike, but Amber Guyger.
So Amber Guyger, guilty of murder for the fatal shooting of her neighbor. Baltman Jean, that's his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Baltman Jean, according to NBC News, she faces a maximum of life in prison after a week-long trial.
A maximum of life in prison. Damn.
Yes.
Hit the homegirl with a whole 60 years. But go ahead.
Yes. After a week-long trial, deliberations began Monday afternoon as jurors were faced with deciding if Amber acted responsibly when she used deadly force, and if the prosecution had proven beyond a reasonable doubt that she initially killed Jean, or if a lesser charge of manslaughter, which involves reckless conduct, was warranted. So during the trial, the 911 call that Amber placed following the shooting was played, as well as the body cam footage from the responding officers. If you remember, Amber killed Baltman last year on September 6th after she walked into his apartment after she had mistaken it for her apartment.
How
she had
because I'm about
come
to get
home after a 13-and-a-half-hour shift and parked on the 4th floor, and it turns out she lived on the 3rd floor. Prosecutors say Baltman was watching television and eating ice cream when Amber burst into his apartment before striking him in the chest. While on the stand, Amber said, "I never wanted to take an innocent person's life. I'm so sorry.
No, you got.
This
I
is
never
not."
wanted to take an innocent person's life. That's how she was on stand.
I never wanted to take an innocent person's life. I'm so
shouldn't be laughing
sorry.
at this, but still.
This is not about hate. It's about being scared. As we previously reported, a judge had ruled that the jury in the murder trial could consider a loss similar to stand your ground during deliberations. The judge also ruled that jurors could consider manslaughter when sentencing Guyger. Assistant District Attorney Jason Fine said in closing arguments on Monday that Guyger was an quote-unquote intruder in Baltman Jean's home.
She was. And let me tell you one thing. This how I feel about this being, and let me get into my Nikita Wallace voice. Being a person that studied this, and if I would have been in school, I know for a fact we would have been studying this case study, and and it would have been a hypothetical about do we believe it was what it was. And I'm glad that for the first time, and not all the time that the criminal justice system worked, but for the first time a police officer was convicted in the death of a person that was innocent. How the hell you gonna stand your ground when the other person on the other end was defenseless to begin with?
Right.
It was not like this man
You walked in
had
this man's apartment, right?
It was not. And if
He was
anything,
sitting down watching television. Like, that is so
if
crazy.
Anything, if he would have shot her,
Right.
Let's play how that would have played out.
Right.
If he would have shot her from coming in his, it would have
Right.
been all over. He would have been convicted for
Right.
killing her.
I can think of a scenario like one morning I'm getting ready for work, and somebody banging on my door, twisting on my knob and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then I opened the door. She said, "Oh, my bad. I thought I was on the 3rd floor. My mama stay up here." I'm saying to myself, like, bitch, how you can't tell a 3rd from the 2nd floor?
Right.
Like,
and what if you would have had a gun?
Exactly.
And
Like,
opened the door, like, bitch, you know
I had
what I'm
all
saying?
right, to defend myself, because
You
I'm thinking
did.
somebody's trying to come into my home and intrude my home.
Right.
So my thing is, you got to be careful. I feel for the chicken and all of that, but
I feel
it's
for
like,
it too, but at the
damn,
end of the day,
man, like,
right.
I understand that you were tired, but you went into this man's home thinking it was yours, and you opened fire on him.
Right. You could have said, I be hating when people be like, they was in fear for their life. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, how you could be in fear for your life when you the one with the weapon?
Exactly.
Like, the one with the weapon
I
cannot.
never understood
can't
that. I would never
how
understand
police
that.
officers still, to this day, getting off from killing people that shouldn't have even been killed to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, it's hard as it is for all of us in this world, and I mean all humankind, not just black, white, Asian, Mexican, whatever, Latino, whatever you describe yourself, but everybody got it hard. It's just that the thing is, this was not an accident. Accidents don't kill.
Right.
Well, accidents.
The accident was
but,
walking into his home.
But the accident, when he jumped
the accident
up,
you
didn't even give him a chance to be like, wrong apartment,
right.
bitch, you just shot.
You just shot.
Like, I want people to think, because we got to start voting. We're going to be having a vote pretty soon. This early voting, but in November we're going to be voting. And you got to realize that they will talk about weapons, gun control. All I want to know is this gun control going to apply to police officers too and police involved shootings?
Absolutely
because
not.
If you're trying to control the weapons of civilians owning them, when cops kill civilians at a much higher rate than civilians kill civilians.
Civilians, right.
I mean, it's pretty what if you want to say it like that, but in a sense, like, when is it going to be a time when everybody getting in trouble for everything that they do? Like,
right.
It shouldn't even matter if you're a cop. A cop shouldn't be looked at above the law. He's supposed to serve and protect, and he can. I know somebody that just told me something about a police officer and police involved shooting when a police officer shot the man in the head twice. Like, how you gonna shoot somebody in the head twice? You know what I'm saying? Regardless, you the police officer. Ain't no way. Like, I'm glad that the criminal justice system worked, but do I believe she should get a life sentence for something that she did? Well, I know a lot of people not gonna agree with me, but I don't think 60 years should be something that she should go. Just like how I feel the dude who killed Will Smith out here in New Orleans.
I feel like
they gave him 60 years, just like they gave everyone.
I feel like
at
the
the end of the day,
motherfuckers that need those stricter sentences,
they don't
get it,
and they be out here on the street
right.
and be killing, and then it take 14,000 people to get killed in the city, and then they finally get a 3 times max sentence. But I feel like this should be a learning experience. Yes, she should get like at least 30 years, not even that much. Like, that's a bit much, but at least give her some time, because she's gonna be remorseful. What she did was take a person's life, but you can't give her life. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna look at it as an accident, you gotta look at it. Sometimes people do go to the wrong apartments, just like you, the person at your door. If she went to the wrong apartment,
fucking door was
what if you would have
just walked in my apartment?
Or what if you would have shot her when she came in? You could have been in so much more trouble than her being in your apartment.
Right.
And then you would have had to face not only the consequence of killing somebody who you didn't wake up that morning and was like, yeah, today I want to kill somebody that come in my apartment. Psychologically, that's going to mess you up. Not only that, you acted as God and you killed somebody, so now you got that with your conscience, plus you going to jail because you didn't kill her. You got to go to jail, because it ain't like you meant any harm. You still got to go to jail for some time. They'll probably give you something like 15 years for that, 10 years, and you might serve 8 years for that, and then come out and you still messed up because of the stuff you seen. I feel like in these situations, I don't think it was about color, but then again, I think it was about color.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, we gotta stop being back and forth.
That's
like,
true, because she right. Like,
at the end of the day, we gotta look at it as if, what if she was tired and thought she was on the right floor, and bitch. A lot of people.
But this my thing too.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
They got fucking numbers on the door, so you're not looking at the numbers.
But
you just walking into doors.
Let me also tell you this: in like the kind of building that he lived in was one of them upscale condo apartment style things. And what I will tell you is they don't have numbers on a lot of them. But I believe in his case they had a specific rug. She didn't have a rug under her door, so she should have known that wasn't. It's just about a bunch of them. But like I will say that those kinds of situations do happen. And like I said, I'm gonna tell you a story. One time, my brother is real paranoid about certain stuff. Like, Katrina really messed him up, and like being in Katrina, being in waters and seeing a lot of stuff happening, like, he really messed up. And one time, it was like nighttime, he was asleep on the sofa, and I came out my room fast, like, cause I had to use it, but I came out my room kind of fast, like it was somebody that was trying to run out my room. And he jumped up out his sleep, he was like, hey. And I was like, nigga, it's just me. Like, but it's just like he was on high alert.
Right.
What if he would have had a gun and shot me, and I would have been like, bitch, it's me. Like,
right.
Like, so I'm just saying that these kind of scenarios can happen. But what needs to happen is people shouldn't be so quick to react with weapon. And,
Right.
And not only that, people shoot to kill so much nowadays. Like,
She could have shot him in his kneecap or something.
you ain't had to shot him personally. You could have shot by him and he could have, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
even that.
Even if you fear for your life. But this was not a case where you fear for your life. This person was on his sofa watching TV, eating ice cream. Harmless. He never thought that his last meal would have been him eating ice cream in his apartment and got shot. Like, at the end of the day, you gotta pay for what your consequences you had. You gotta serve your time, and at the end of the day, she gotta learn from her experience. She will learn, because jail do that to you. But give her rehabilitation. I believe in that. I don't believe in giving somebody a death penalty, because it is not a life sentence. Because jail is not for you to be there long term. It's supposed to be for you to learn from your mistakes and come out. But unfortunately, jails are so corrupt that you can't even go to jail to learn anything.
And
because
judges are so corrupt.
Everybody's so corrupt that we ain't even doing what we're supposed to do as far as the criminal justice system. So if the criminal justice system is so messed up, it's only because we allow it to be messed up. But we got to learn from this. RIP to him. At the end of the day, 2 people's lives lost. Hers and his. Because at the end of the day, she is a human, and she have family that love her, and she have parents and siblings that love her, and now they can't be around her all because of this incident.
Right.
We have to learn from our mistakes, and we have to learn forgiveness in the world, and that's only how the universe can heal.
Yes.
I'm speaking from, like how Nipsey Hussle mama be saying, I'm speaking for the African people, and that's a true statement. Like, when that lady be saying that be true for us to wake up to. Like, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking from the true power of being. We all are one. From the African people, we all are Africans, for real, for real. We all gotta learn to forgive and learn and rejoice our ones that we lose. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree.
You know, we can go all the day about Miss Amber, but she's gone. Jail, period. But now we gotta talk about another person that's in jail, Mr. K, the L, the Y, Kels. He in prison.
You spelled that so well.
I meant the E. I mean the K, the E. I'm a little fantasia at times, but anyways, Mr. R. Kelly says increasing health issues. He gotta get out of jail quick because he's about to die. Boy, why you just can't do like Bill and get a group and just be uplifting people while you serving your time? See, Bill gonna be out before you, and Bill gonna be learning his lesson, and we gonna be
the music. He can't.
Just spill the tea. Just spill it. Just spill it, please.
This one is coming from the shade room as well. So R. Kelly has been in prison since July, and his legal team has requested that he be released on bond numerous times, only to have those requests denied, largely because he is deemed a flight risk. However, now Kels says that his health has declined in the last few months and he needs to be released ASAP. As the legal saga of R. Kelly continues to unfold in shocking ways, he, along with the head of his legal team, has tried unsuccessfully to be released from prison on bond as he awaits multiple charges in various states. Although now at TMZ_TV reports that Kelly is claiming that he's experienced a host of health issues due to the prison neglecting to give him proper medical care.
Everybody ain't got proper care out there. Go ahead.
Kelly's legal attorney, Steve Greenberg, recently filed court documents once again, hoping to free his client on bond, citing medical issues such as numbness in his hands, increasing anxiety, and an untreated hernia. Greenberg also says that the conditions of R. Kelly's confinement are stiffing, quote unquote. One of Kel's girlfriends, Azara Kari, is currently the only one on the list to visit him because Joycelyn Savage, girlfriend number 2, isn't allowed for another 90 days due to the prison rules. The court documents also stress that Kelly will not tamper with or intimidate witness or leave the country because he has a passport that doesn't have any travel stamps. Since he rarely travels outside of the U.S., a judge is set to rule on the latest filing soon. Meanwhile, R. Kelly still faces a long list of other charges stemming from sexual assault of a minor, sex trafficking, and more. Kiss Calhoun,
Do you have your
with
passport?
the word, what
Did you
are
get
your
your
thoughts?
shots? Do you want to come with Kels to America?
Oh my God, like he has to think about it. He feels so entitled because he is R. Kelly. Like they have, just like you said in the beginning, they have so many men that are incarcerated that are dealing with health issues. They're not letting the men out. You're gonna get this treatment from
Just
these
like
doctors here, just like everybody else, and it's gonna be what it is. Like he needs to face the fact that he's in prison and he's not getting out anytime soon.
Period, Pooh. Like R. Kelly, you don't get special treatment. Everybody in prison. Why you think majority of the prison population, when they come home, they got diseases like rare cancers and stuff like that? Because there are not any good health. They're not getting health. What make you think you're gonna get world class health? You gotta charge. So you gotta technically be unhealthy right along with the rest of the inmates. Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't. I don't. But we can go on and on about Kels. Like, Kels, just do your time. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Homegirl, Stacey Dash, the NCAA. Of course, we got sad news from Snoop Dogg's grandson passed. Too Short having a baby. Jay-Z and Luke going back and forth. We just got a whole bunch. But anyway, here's another song for y'all to vibe out to. This is another one from the legendary artist Gold Mine. I hope y'all enjoy this track because I know y'all will. And when we come back, we're just gonna talk about those hot topics. So yeah, what's good? This Gold Mine.
All these damn years, they gonna waste. I'm so late for this shit. It's too late for this shit. It's 4 a.m. and it's bitch. 4 a.m. and it's legends. But this ain't your business. The carpet created a business. Yeah, I'm on your shit list. Cause I am the shit. Ain't talking no dog shit. But I want a Tatterfly spot print. We haven't been talking that often. You used to lay up in the loft. Yeah. This distance is so damn exhausting. Come see me. City limits in Austin. My best friend, he moved off to Austin. But you tried to play my little dude. You know I go hard for the kid. I guess I must say it again. I'm in this shit only to win. Losing is so damn confusing. But I'm learning from all of my failures. She gon' give it to them hoes in a second. Well, actually, that's me because I'm reckless. So if your hoe wanna get it, it's a bad bitch. Yeah, I'ma stay coming for for your neck, miss. Cause everybody know I'm gonna be your next bitch. Fucking next bitch. Get a check quick, then invest it. Watch it all grow, chillin', watch some Netflix. Swear we headed, babe, you gon' need an atlas. Yeah, I'm jazzin'. Just me and a boy up in the palace. Go to Applebee's, she handle on that burger like a champion. I know your secrets I won't tell, but only if you meet me in hotels. You was heaven, gave you hell. Your people made me up the jail. Thought about your ass in the cell. Tisha said she saw you at the palace game, so you know she at my cell. She said you gave a wave and a smile, the same one you had walking down the aisle. I think about us all the time with a child, like how we would've came so far. Like we're back when you crashed my car. Skirt, 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 skirt. So I think about you like a blunt to the ashtray. Yeah, this every day. Yeah, this every day. I'm just trying to give your ass a fucking wedding ring. Move on to a better thing. When I say I gave my all, I gave my everything. Cause when I say I gave my all, I gave my everything. Sucks over. Hope you're sober. You're over. Saw you roll up. Saw you pull up on
I hope
a
y'all like
bitch.
that one from the homie. That was Sober October.
I love that one.
From the homie Gold
I like that one
Mine.
better than I like the first one.
You know, I like all of her music, you know. Follow the homie on her SoundCloud at Gold Mine, and all of her exclusive music is up there. Keeping in touch with the homie and support your local artists. That's one
Absolutely.
That's one from New Orleans. A lot of our artists that are on this show are all from New Orleans because we support you guys. We love you.
They are
So
local as fuck, but they are so dope.
dope.
Like,
And
that's what
now
people-
the world gets to listen to them.
That's what I would never understand about, like, it's sorry to get off topic, but I just would never understand why it's so easy for you just to support somebody that's on, quote unquote,
Then
but
to
you can't support nobody that's local. Like, to me,
Right.
their music be way doper than like on
The ones that's
niggas.
on. Yeah, like support New Orleans. And of course, attention all New Orleans artists. Like, there's some people that out there won't work with y'all. Y'all gotta y'all have to apply yourselves and get that pressure out there, because a lot of dope producers are out here, Sideburns beats out here. Like, y'all gotta hit the man up for some beats. You gotta hit up the homies D and TRM Music Group out there. Get you some good quality production. They're willing to work. All y'all have to do is, you know, hit these people up, follow them on their Instagram, you know. New Orleans was good. But let me get off my little soapbox, because I'm gonna get a whole little 2-hour rant, and this show gonna be for a long time. But we was talking about Kels, if you didn't hear a little bit, but we're going to Mike Tyson little sister Stacey Dash beating up her husband, getting arrested for assault. So spill the T, Z to the J to the O to the N from the Messy Shade.
So the Shade Room reports that
I hope I
Stacey,
spelled that right, because
You
know
did.
I spelled Kel's name all wrong.
You did.
Go ahead.
you get flowers for spelling that correctly. But the Shade Room reports that Stacey Dash has reportedly arrested on domestic violence charges in Florida over the weekend. According to TMZ, Pasco County law enforcement responded to a 911 call alleging Stacey and her husband Jeff got into a dispute. Authorities say they saw, of course, the name.
She beating up her white husband. See, these is why these people be beating us up and killing us, because y'all motherfuckers be out here beating y'all spouses and killing y'all fucking spouse. Stacey, Stop fighting, please. But continue.
So authorities say they saw scratches on his left arm when they arrived, and a source close to the situation says Stacey allegedly pushed and slapped him. Stacey was taken into custody and is being held on a $500 bail. Authorities stop.
$500 for the. If y'all don't let her out, if y'all don't fucking let her out on $500,
Girl, that is chump change to Stacey.
Baby, half of that is only like $100. Like, if y'all don't let her out for some stuff like that.
So authorities are also looking to hold her for an additional 24 hours to ensure she has time to quote unquote cool off from the spat.
At the shade, the messy shade.
I'm sorry, y'all. People just love to call you
They be
and
like,
stuff, knowing that I'm doing this.
Okay.
But as we previously reported, Stacey and her bitch,
Go ahead.
I can't because it pops up on here too.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, y'all. As we reported, previously reported, Stacey and her man Jeffrey Manti got married. Oh my God. Got married back in April 2018, shortly after she withdrew herself from running for Congress in California. Her manager at the time did not give many details.
Now she running for Congress. Girl, you can't even run for nothing.
Why they kept it a secret. Why they kept the wedding a secret. Since then, however, Stacey has been pretty low-key. We haven't seen too many scandals involving her, nor has her political stance come to light. But it looks like she's just as spicy as she's always been.
Stacey
it is unclear whether to not Stacey will incur any additional charges like assault, but authorities say her domestic violence charges will surely stick. Stay with us as the story continues to develop. Hopefully, Stacey can work things out with her hubby.
Oh, Lord.
And I do apologize. Someone was calling me those 3 times. I paused while we were giving this topic, so I do apologize.
That's good. But still, like, Stacey, how you gonna run for Congress and now you beating up your man? You can't be beating your man up. Like, And Jeff, the reason why I was laughing and talking all our shit is because I watch a lot of Stacey Dash, and I know Stacey Dash, not personally, but just growing up how her personality is. And I could just picture her a little bitty self scratching and fighting her husband. None of the licks hurt, but she went to jail on a $500 fucking bond. Like, oh my God, if y'all don't free that girl Stacey to these streets. But I don't know how she gonna vote. If anybody votes Stacey Dash for any kind of Congress in California. But she didn't do a good job in the movie that Wayans brothers had her in. Like, please, we don't need no more. We don't need no more politicians from movies.
But girl, stick to acting, cause I hate that. I really hate that. Just stick to what you know.
Stick to what you damn know.
But moving
on, the double NCAA, the double NAAC. See, now I'm saying it. The NCAA approved a bill that signed for athletes to get paid for their name and likeness, and I think it's a good idea.
I actually agree as well.
Go on. I think it needs to go on for all of the rest of the teams, not just in California, but go on.
For many years, there has been a debate on whether or not college athletes should be paid as their school are able to profit off of their names. Now, in the state of California, student athletes will soon be able to make a profit off of their names. According to USA Today, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed the Fair Play to Play Act that will allow NCAA athletes to earn profit from their own names, image, and likeliness. The bill, which also allows the student athletes to hire agents, is scheduled to begin in January of 2023. Governor Newsom talked about his decisions on LeBron James uninterrupted show The Shop and said, I don't want to say this is checkmate, but this is a major problem for the NCAA. It's going to initiate dozens of other states to include similar legislations, and it's going to change college sports for the better by having now the interest finally of the athletes on par with the interests of the institutions. Now we're rebalancing that power arrangement. The NCAA currently prevents students from making a profit off of their name, image, and likeliness. According to ESPN, earlier this year, NCAA Board of Governors and its president, Mark Emmett, sent letters to California lawmakers asking them not to pass the bill. Michael Drake, the NCAA Board of Governors chair, told ESPN that the NCAA is trying to evolve and modernize their approach. To name, image, and likeliness rights. LeBron weighed in on the matter and said, to every one of you who have been in this fight, and there are a lot of you, take a bow and be proud. NCAA, you got the next move. We can solve this for everyone.
Yes. So
you guys can go to King James, LeBron James Instagram. It's King James, and you can check out the moment. You know. I think it's a good move.
Good. I think because not only that, like for years, like if I mean, just think of all the college basketball players that didn't get the shots that they need as far as like the NBA, but NCAA, all these college basketball games that came out from like 2000 to at least, I think the last one was like in 2010. I think they actually stopped it. 2011, if I'm not mistaken, because what year RG3 was drafted into the NFL was the last year that they had an actual cover of NCAA football, but they hadn't had basketball since the games. But like people like Blake Griffin and all of them were on the game that are major basketball stars now that was on the game that didn't get paid or royalties. Like these colleges get paid for these students to be on games and all that, and they out here struggling and barely eating and have no money to pay for themselves. So I think California is the first, and like it's gonna trickle down to all the rest of the states, because I think it's fair. Like these kids out here, when they get injured and they have no other backing, it's like they can't play basketball no more. So they kind of like miss out. Like these kids, some of these kids play all the way to their senior year and not get picked to the NBA, and they still need some kind of income.
And I hate the fact that they have these kids. Well, I'm not gonna say kids, but they have these young men,
men and women,
young men and women.
Because women play softball and basketball. Let me cut you.
I'm sorry, damn. But like they have them doing these they have them in these endorsements and things like that, and then they can't make money. You're making money off of them. It's okay for you to make money off them,
every time,
but they're not making money off of themselves.
Yeah.
And I think it's a huge thing that they should be able to profit off their names just as well as you do.
Right, because
who's to say everybody's not guaranteed to make pro?
Right.
And
March Madness is one of the biggest events for NCAA players, and they don't, they make a lot of money off of March Madness, being in other states and being on air and being like, get these children a cut. Like if it's a check monthly or whatever, let it be like that. They still working a job as far as being an athlete.
Right.
Like it's not like they coming to work to pay for free.
That's all they
doing. That sounds like a little slavery to me. Like, but
it's true.
Shout out to California for being the first to step up to the plate and like tell people like enough is enough. These children.
Many others are going to follow, but it's going to take some time. But
of course,
I'm pretty sure it'll work out.
Too Short at 53 years old finally had his first kid. Congratulations to Too Short. We're not gonna go too much into Too Short, but
that's basically what happened.
Yeah, we just
he
wanted
had a baby.
to put out
His first kid at 53.
Right, like
congratulations to you.
Shout out to
Here
him.
are your flowers.
He had told us for years to blow the whistle and pop pussy and all that, and he had his first kid. That's crazy, but I think that was a smart move that he lived his whole career without having to basically no child support, no baby mama drama, and
that's
stuff
a big
like
move,
that.
and it's like it's rare that you hear that in the music industry, men in the music industry,
right?
Not
we
having
always
kids
hear
until,
about older women having babies, who like for example when we talk about Malika, the twin, like even when Khloe Kardashian had a baby, like you know how long it took for Khloe to have a baby, and then when she had a baby, they was like, oh my God, she finally her vagina is not broken, because all the Kardashian women were on like 3 to 4 babies already. Right. Even her little sister had a baby before Khloe.
No, I think they both got pregnant at the same time.
They did.
Because her, Kim, and Kylie were pregnant.
Kim was
at the same
already
time.
on her third child by then. Like they was like trying to see if Khloe was dyking a little bit, but. It's still a good look for Too Short. Because look, he didn't have to. He lived his whole career ups and downs. Right now, I feel like as a man, I feel like
and he's ready. He seems to be in good health. So of course he'll be able to see his child grow.
And of course he have time because now he's not heavy saturated into the music thing. Even though he's still a musician and he probably still do a couple of shows, he's still probably making his money. It's just not a high demand for Too Short. So now having a child, he could kind of the child could basically reap the benefits that he didn't have, and also he could be in his kid life. He can't be like, well, daddy gotta go on tour because daddy old and daddy is retired. So I shout out to Too Short for
shout out to you
holding your cookies until you was ready. Because we don't talk about how that
I'm pretty sure he wasn't holding that milk.
Holding his cream. He probably wasn't. He was splashing it on everybody. He was wasting the milk. But this time, he finally got the milk in a cup. And she done dipped the cookie, and now she got a baby. But we gonna call that little chip for her. But we can talk all on about how Too Short then finally became
But
parent.
let's move on to this Evelyn.
But of course, Evelyn said she Afro-Latina. They always say they Afro-Latina when they get called out on something.
And that's exactly what it is.
So what she didn't say, she said, I'm Afro-Latina.
Of course, this comes off of the
messy shade.
The event that happened. Yes, we talked about it like
episode.
a couple, not the last episode, but it was maybe like the one before that.
Episode.
But the topic of race and identification is, especially in the Lax community, so it's really Latino X, but they call it the Lax community.
Like the mixed the mixed Latinos with the blacks.
So has been a hot topic lately, and now Evelyn is the latest celebrity to address it. Evelyn revealed that on this season of Basketball Wives, she was told by another cast member, "Bitch, you think you black," quote unquote, and that statement apparently rubbed. No, I'm gonna do it like Wendy Williams. Bitch, you think you black. And that statement apparently rubbed Evelyn the wrong way. I've never had anybody tell me that. Evelyn told Justin Sylvester, host of E! News, just the sip, and I was so offended because I didn't know what that meant. Girl, please.
You knew what that meant.
Evelyn continued to say that she's proud of her Puerto Rican heritage and growing up in New York. She said that she's traced her roots and that she identifies as Afro-Latina. I've done DNA tests just to know, but I want to tap into that more.
Right.
So if you guys want to read the entire article, it is on the shade.
The messy shade with the shade gon' be.
But what do you think about her?
But you know how I feel. They always come out the woodworks when they get in trouble because she called somebody ling ling and was trying with that. Look here, at the end of the day, have you been living like you've been Afro-Latina? Because to live like Afro-Latina, the only Afro Latina in you that I see is the fact that all the men you been messing with been black, and it's the only African Latina in you. But did you get that pun? The only Afro Latina in her. He ain't catch it.
No, I wasn't paying attention. I was pulling up the next.
The only Afro Latino that's been in her the boys she been sleeping with.
Oh.
That's the only African, because all of our baby daddies is black.
Oh yeah.
You can mess up a good joke.
I mean, I wasn't paying attention. Damn.
But if you got that joke, laugh.
But then she want people to laugh at her jokes.
But anyway, I feel like at the end of the day, like if you gonna say you African Latino or whatever, still what you say, what you do.
Right.
I mean, you gotta be held accountable for it.
You did
Don't
what you
go up
did.
and say you not black. You might not been thinking about it, because let's be honest, how the Afro Latina community is about black people within your own race. Y'all talk about black people in your own race, so don't try to play the card that you got in trouble for disrespecting somebody of another race, because at the end of the day, how people see color, they see color about what you look like and how you progress with life.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, don't disrespect somebody,
Right.
and they won't have to disrespect you.
Exactly. So she basically got what she
Deserve,
what she
because she
deserved.
always doing she always saying
Right.
stuff. Don't.
People can't take the heat when stuff is being done to them.
Right, and we can see it on the Basketball Wives, because she is one of them
I
that
don't
always
watch
get
them hoes, so.
baby. She always been lit. She always gonna be lit. But at the end of the day, Evelyn need to just really like. A wise person say everybody don't deserve your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you mad and you feel like you right on a situation, that don't mean that you could go off and pop off and say things that's gonna
Right.
hurt. Like, because at the end of the day, you might say you Afro Latina, but you not dark skinned, you a red girl, and they're gonna always see you as that pretty Latino girl. They're not gonna see you as Afro Latina. So even though I feel like she's saying she Afro Latina because she could speak fluent English, and she from New York, so her lifestyle is Afro Latina, and I'm pretty sure they spoke Spanish and ate African like food. I hate that word Afro Latina, because
You know what? It
it's
flows
not
both.
shade,
Whatever they.
not shade on the people who actually are Afro Latina, but I feel like just we all are humans. We Afros. Just say we all Afro, because everybody come
Right.
from Africa. Even Afro Europeans. There are Afro Europeans, Afro Asians, Afro everything. I just hate the word, because now it's just so loosely used. So when people get in trouble for stuff, they like to say, "Oh, I'm Afro Latina."
I'm this, so I'm black.
Kiss
so.
is Afro on this bullshit, and I got with the messy tea. But Evelyn, just
Girl,
if you're gonna take the heat, get in the kitchen and cook something. But we could talk about her on, please. We're gonna give her our condolences to Snoop Dogg and his family for losing.
No, you skipped.
No, it's
We on Uncle Luke. That was next on my theme.
no Snoop and then Uncle Luke.
Oh, see.
So like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
Well, maybe if you know what, we're not gonna go there.
Our condolences are from Snoop Dogg and his family, who lost his grandson. He was 10 days old. It's sad, like when our last episode was talking about single ladies, and that was actually supposed to be our initial topic, and we're gonna bring it back into it. We're talking about childbirth and the scary things that can happen through childbirth,
Right.
and for men and women, how it can affect both men and women. We're going to talk about this coming up in our late episodes before we close out this season. But just emotionally, he was strong as a young man to say, his son's spirit, he did with his son. His son was here for the 10 days how he was supposed to be, and his spirit's gonna live on through the family, and they give grace and glory, and they understand life and death.
Death, right.
That family understands life and death, you know what I'm saying? And the way they handled it, it was beautiful, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
That's amazing. Like,
I know people personally that have lost kids, if it's a miscarriage or, death, like drowning or something when the baby was real young, or a car accident when a baby real young got killed in a car accident. I know a couple of people that lost children at real young age, And I know psychologically how that could affect somebody, especially when they don't have a family structure as strong as Snoop Dogg, his wife, and his family is. Like, that could take a toll on you. So I'm just, prayers up for the family.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they get through this and continue to get through this, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure another blessing will come to light when it needs to. So that's the beauty of life.
Yes.
When you lose, you definitely gain.
Gain. So you never know. His daughter might have a kid, or his other son might have a kid, or, Snoop might have a kid. Them
Uncle
cookies
Luke,
still
then.
work.
That milk.
Not Uncle Luke. We talking about Uncle
No,
Short.
I was about to say Too Short. That's what I meant to say.
Uncle Short.
I'm pretty sure that cream is
still working.
Okay.
But of course, speaking of uncles, Uncle Luke said, Jay-Z, you wrong for having a 9 no Miami. He could have had City Girls. He could have had Luke.
Girl, don't nobody want to see them ghetto ass heifers on the stage.
But basically, Luke is mad because J-Lo and Shakira
are co-hosting Super Bowl this year. And I feel like that's going to be a damn good Super Bowl performance, because people have been wanting Jennifer Lopez for the longest to do Super Bowl halftime. So I think it's going to be a good one. I'm going to watch because I love J-Lo and I love Shakira.
Go ahead.
But on last week, it was announced that both women will be co-hosting. Well, I mean, not co-hosting.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of artists that's gonna perform, but they'll
be the main 2 performers.
It's Meek Mill. He gonna open up,
girl,
and then
do that. That's weird.
Meek was like the first one. Soon as
okay, but they might do a mashup. Okay, because
so
we've seen how it's done.
like Meek Mill is Meek Mill gonna open it up. It's gonna be Shakira.
Oh, I see it down
and then
here.
It's gonna be Jennifer Lopez.
We're gonna do it. I see it.
Go ahead.
I think I see it.
Go
okay.
ahead.
So last week it was announced that J-Lo and Shakira would be sharing the spotlight during the halftime show during the Super Bowl in 2020 in Miami. Like
City Girls, period.
Like any other halftime performance, people have always shared their thoughts on the artist selected for the special moment. Uncle Luke, who is a Miami native, is definitely not feeling J-Lo and Shakira as this year's selection, and he made sure to voice his opinion
It's
as
401k.
he called out Jay-Z and the NFL for the decision, aside from speaking with TMZ about his thoughts on the performance for the halftime show in a piece written for the Miami New Times. Luke expressed his disapproval. He said Pitbull, aka Mr. Worldwide, along with Flo Rida and Rick Ross, should really be the headliners of this halftime show. J-Lo and Shakira should be Pitbull's invited guests.
Yes.
Since he did songs with them.
Right.
And Flo Rida should have been inviting Trick Daddy, Trina, and other Miami superstars to share the spotlight. The NFL is going about this ass backwards, and I have to agree. Now that I'm sitting here and I'm really getting into this performance, I really think I don't understand how Pitbull wasn't a first choice.
Because
I wonder how do they go off basing their performance their performance.
When Jay-Z got in here, he was just mouthpiecing a lot of artists that should be,
of course,
on there, and people who be talking about. But I feel like Jay-Z himself should have thought about where the Super Bowl is gonna be at, and how can the artists from that city, if we're really talking about urbanizing the performance and having it not just anybody, you got to start picking people from these cities, you know what I'm saying? Just like you said. But at the end of the day, Luke going off, but Luke don't really know. You never know what's gonna happen when the Super Bowl, until the Super Bowl happens. It still could have been like he could still bring in those artists.
Right, stuff could still happen. Like,
but I agree.
It's not set.
But I still agree.
I agree with them.
the Super Bowl is in Miami. Miami is rich with culture. It's not like it's a city like Mississippi where they don't have a lot of artists come out of there. Miami have so many influential artists that paved the way for like hip hop music. If anything, it should have been like he said, Flo Rida or Rick Ross inviting them into it. Then J-Lo and Shakira could have been artists acting on that ticket, because Flo Rida did a lot of songs with J-Lo and they just did
They didn't
that
just
song.
do that.
That not just do it, but that club song, that is a popular song with her, Flo Rida. Pitbull, I mean, her and Pitbull, I mean, Flo Rida just do a lot of pop music. Like, he from Miami. Like, that should have been his time where he could actually come up major, because everybody know that Super Bowl, these people about to make money off of them performing. Like,
Right.
but
Right.
I mean, we might have
Right.
wanted to see J-Lo, but
I mean, just
bitch,
like-
nobody in Miami like, bitch, I want to see Shakira. Like,
Girl, please.
Shakira, the only hit Shakira have to sing and perform is that song.
Well, Hips Don't Lie.
Hips Don't Lie. Like, that's a hit, so that's not something that
Right.
people are gonna be. She could do a whole run of her own songs. Like, all we know is Hips Don't Lie.
You know
So-
what? Like, I get what he's saying, but it could also be the other way around too. Like, J-Lo, she could invite Pitbull
She can.
and Flo Rida.
She can.
So I
but
get
how
what he's
people,
saying.
How
Right.
people feeling is
I
like, this my
understand.
city. That's like.
But have we ever had a Super Bowl fully? Can we really say that people from that area have performed that the Super Bowl was at? No.
But this
So-
is the start. This could have been a start of something
Girl,
new.
Jay-Z was talking all of that shit. Like,
Oh, we know that, but what I'm saying is sometimes you gotta start. People think so much, try to think
he
so
don't
much
have
out
as
of
much power as what he think he does.
right. But what I'm saying is, it's about culturalism. That's like when we come out here and when you come to New Orleans and people dancing and singing to people's dancing and singing to like chopper style, and somebody from out of town try to do a chopper style song. New Orleans people gonna feel some type of way, right?
Right.
So it's like that. Like, you gotta understand and you gotta learn the culture and the people that might want to see their own artists perform. That's just like Essence, not allowing all the artists in New Orleans at Essence not being to perform. And we already know that Essence have way more people from out of town nowadays than actual people from the city performing. So I think a lot of this stuff needs to change. And I feel like when you feel like, Luke, you should voice your opinion about something like that, because
should, but
you from the city and we
Go
talking about
change.
culture. We talking about, but we could talk about this, but that's the point that make people mad, is the fact that Jay-Z, a person that used people plight, and now you talking about we need to change, and everybody was like, yeah, Jay-Z, it's time for change, and he ain't doing nothing.
And he ain't do shit.
But just doing what they want him to do.
So
and
guess
it's like,
what?
now it's like, that's why you don't put no faith in these
Now y'all gonna be watching
so-called
J-Lo
artists.
and Shakira
Not just
shake
that,
their hips
it's just
on the halftime
culturally
performance.
messed up.
But like I said, like we said, it's still early. We have like roughly like what,
well,
4
now
or
they gonna
5
have
months.
to do, because
They are going to add other people. I'm pretty sure Pitbull. She's gonna bring out Pitbull because they have done songs together. She's going to bring out Flo Rida because they have done stuff together. It fits the performance.
To be honest with you,
To
J-Lo,
me, she didn't really need. She didn't even need Shakira.
That's why I was
It
about
could
to
have just
say.
been her.
To be
And
honest,
it could have
with
been
you,
J-Lo and friends.
But and that's what I was about to say. If anything, technically, J-Lo is still kind of like on this. She could be a Miami artist because even though she from New York, she did a lot of songs with Miami artists. So yeah, it could work out in that favor. Hopefully it do. But like I said, I see why he mad. Because it's
I
like a
understand why he's
cultural
mad, too.
experience. You about to get paid off of Miami, but all the artists that perform for Super Bowl are not Miami. That's like if the Super Bowl would have been in New York and they had Juvenile performing, back that ass up. New York, all of Jay-Z couldn't have, not even just him, but Nas, all the people that come out there, they would have probably felt real offended by that.
Right.
And would be want they, you know, but it is what it is. Right. And a little bit of more, we just got happy, sad.
Right.
But dance hall legend, I was about to say, I went to the wrong one. Louis Ranks passed away in a car accident over the weekend in Canada. It's sad that we lose all our, you know, hip hop legends, and he is a real legend in Rastafarian Jamaica. You hear me? I had to do my little New Orleans Jamaican voice, but it's just a lot. Like, it's just sad that, you know, you lost another one to a car accident, and it just over time, you know. You gotta stay prayed up. You could
he
be
was
here.
in Belly and Shooter.
Yeah, Shotters. He was in a lot of urban movies that needed a good Rasta man to play. He was a good actor, like a good gangster actor, and not just that, a good dancehall music creator. And like his music and definitely his presence would be missed.
Yes.
But Adele said she got her a new boy, and that nigga Trey in Becky Town. Kelly, yo, driveway.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Adele said she got her someone like you.
Baby, she got her UK.
She was nothing for the best. Pina.
He
Okay.
is hot.
So she got her a new man.
Just from this picture
Just
that
read.
I'm looking at, I just gotta look at him. Just hold on. Just to look at him. Just look how he's looking at you.
Just read.
So, could Adele already be singing Hello from the other side? Her move-on game might be stronger than we all thought. Adele has reportedly been on a number of dates with grime star Skepta, and The Sun reported that her friends predicted they could actually make it official. They already have a few things in common. From starters, they both hail from Totem. They also have one child each. As you may know, Adele split from her husband Simon back in April after being with each other since 2011 and officially filed for divorce last month. Skepta was also in a high-profile relationship not too long ago when he was linked to supermodel Naomi Campbell.
Wait, he was going with Naomi?
He had some old
Lord.
fish. Old high-class fish.
I can't do it.
Adele reportedly celebrated his 37th birthday during a night at the Crystal Maze experience in London less than 2 weeks ago. A source told The Sun Adele and Skep have been there for each other a lot after being there. Both their relationships split up. They have a close bond, and there's definitely a special connection. I'm not gonna read the entire article. You guys can go to the shade.
I just was shocked that she got her some new meat that quick.
And you know he is hot. I could see it. Maybe she need a little spice in her life. I like big yike.
And not only that, a little young one.
And you see them boys, them playboys
But
from
I
the
want to
UK.
know what happened to
Be
B.O.B.
thugging.
That's all I want to know. Because when you put that on, I'm like, what happened to B.O.B.?
So I was on Twitter this morning getting ready for work, and I so happened to scroll past a video of him ranting, and I was like where has this dude been? Like, I haven't heard, seen, or anything from him. So at first I thought it was an old video because, like I said,
new.
I've never seen him. So I went ahead and I looked at the watermark, the Jasmine something, and I went on her page, and it was from 2 days ago.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, so let's hear what B.O.B. gotta say about y'all non-supporting ass peeps. Let's hopefully it plays. You can hear it.
So he mad at people not supporting him, but he ain't been making no music.
Hear it. Wait. Oh, here you go.
I'm fucking dead.
Let's
You
start
wanna
it
talk-
over.
You
Huh.
fucking niggas, I fucking hate you fucking niggas. You niggas ain't support me worth a shit while I was fucking living. And now that I'm fucking dead, you wanna talk about, oh, I love B.O.B., I love his music, I love all this shit. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Wow. So from an inside source in the studio, we got
Come on, Hot
Somebody-
Topics producer.
somebody told us that it was about that somebody had leaked some information that he had was dead, and he was dropping a song, and it was like, damn, like y'all ain't gonna support me. And
So
then,
let's finish it because it's still here.
Fuck about me, and you don't fucking know me,
so that's it.
motherfucker.
Oh, so
Girl, I mean he was in.
Fucking dick.
Oh.
oh,
Fucking bitch.
Oh.
You don't care about none of the shit I fucking said and none of the shit I fucking did and stood for and put my fucking neck on the line for you ungrateful ass fucking coons. Ungrateful coons. Fuck about nothing.
homeboys.
Fucking Instagram, you fucking nigga.
Wait,
Fuck you.
yeah.
And don't act like I was your friend. I'm not your fucking friend. And you
Wait, homeboy was going a little bit too
Yes.
hype on that. But anywho, like damn, like that's sad. Like damn, like
So somebody was saying like
he said that the person leaked something about his death, that he died on the internet, and
what the hell?
and he dropped a project last month. Like damn, yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's sad. Like, damn,
I'm
when
shook.
somebody tell you dead, yeah, that's hard. But hopefully they get it together, because B.O.B. was livid. Okay,
Yes, he was mad. I mean, he was
He
laid in
calling
his bed
people
like he
new-
woke out of his.
He calling people coons.
You had to see him like it's like he had just woke up or something like
Oh,
that, and he
my
had just to get that
goodness.
off his mind.
Yeah, he had to spill his 201k.
So with another video, moving on to Lil X.
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X. He
like,
prayed
Lil X?
that being gay was a phase. So he did an interview, and I want you guys to just listen to what he has to say, and then we're gonna talk. We're gonna give our 401k.
Know as a little boy that you were gay? Did you think that as a youngster while people are telling you it's not a good thing? Were you thinking, yeah, but I think I am?
Definitely. I knew. Especially like around my teenage like years, you know, I would just like, you know, pray and pray and pray and
What were you praying for?
that it was like a
That it
phase.
would go away?
Yeah, go away.
I'm good with it, but I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because me being in this position, like, it's easy for me, but, like, some little boy 10 miles from here, it's not going to be good for him. Yeah.
But don't you think you coming out that could probably help others who are struggling the way you were struggling with it?
I think it's going to always help, you know, it's going to, we still have a long way to go, because it's not like everybody, like, messing.
It's gonna be
Know
accepted.
as a little boy that you were gay? Did you?
So, I mean, that's typically what every person, I feel like we live in this atmosphere where we were told was good and was supposed to be, and then in reality, we see that what we was told is not true. And
Right. And I understand why people feel how they feel about.
but
they
a lot of
wish-
people feel like that. They do pray.
Right, they do feel like they wish is a phase, because I understand where they're coming from, because it's like
It's
everything
only
that
because
gay
of-
people have to deal with in the
not just
society that we live in.
Not just that, but the fact that some people feel like they disappoint their family for not being.
Yeah,
what
that's
they
what
are.
I mean. Like everything that you have to deal with being gay in this society, you know, letting down your family, quote unquote, being
But I feel like
bullied,
I feel
stuff
like
like
this
that.
for every young gay and gay girl, boy, it shit
Uh-huh.
don't spit, okay? Just know that you are somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and that just because you feel like you different don't mean that the world all they have to do is one thing, is respect you.
Right, and I'm a living testament
And
of
let them
being
respect you.
yourself.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, you will go far in the world if you just stay true to who you are and not take shit. And not try to be
what
something
people
that
say.
you're not right.
People
Live
say,
your life.
As far as for you, like, I know we could talk about how
Right.
you felt about coming out, and
Right.
let's offer all our listeners.
We'll talk
Dijon,
about that for another show.
I just want to give it a little cinnamon. Dijon wasn't always as open and carefree as he was, and it took him
Right,
a minute.
it took
but
me a minute.
Still in all, some people choose to hold their secrets in because they
Right.
feel like they are disappointing the people around them, and just because of what society deemed to be what the norm should be. It's just so many ignorance out here. Just be yourself, love yourself first, because that's the person that have to love you the most is yourself. So
Right.
be yourself.
So moving on, I felt like, ooh, Lord, this was a hot topic episode
Hot
for you.
topic.
But congratulations are in order to Malika. She is expecting.
About time. All the Kardashian friends and are pregnant and have kids.
Right.
Finally, so she could kind of like get out
Congratulations
of
to
other
her.
people's DMs. Stop
And not-
sleeping
right.
with Rob. We better hope it's not Rob.
Well, a lot of people are speculating that if she's still with OT Genesis, then he could possibly be the father. So
she was really pushing it. Okay. Pushing that peon.
So
Get it
that's
out.
amazing. Like, you know, that could probably be stressful, you know, being around an environment where everybody is having babies and
Yeah.
you
Everybody is-
want a baby, but you know you're currently
Everybody
not able
is
to.
finally an adult.
Yes. So congratulations to her.
Yes, but this was a good episode. I mean, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Goldmine for sending the dope content, keep creating great music. And artists, if you want to be a featured artist, you know what you got to do. Hit the link in our bio. Send us some stuff, and we might send you the link to be our featured artist of the day. All you got to do is go to our page, like us, follow us at Yo What's the Word on all social media platforms.
Instagram, Twitter,
And use
Facebook,
everything. Follow us personally if you want to get a little glimpse of our lives at Kiss Calhoun and at _D.John. Of course, shout out to Sideburns in the building for our little exclusive. Shout
An
out
A to the T.
Everybody that has supported our show and whatnot. Continue to support us always. Shout out to our family and friends, you know. Shout out to everybody. I mean, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. If you love to, baby, it sure ain't easy to do because Sue could play that game. You ain't me. This your girl, Kiss Calhoun. And I'm signing out with the legendary Mr. D. John. We out of here. What's
Peace
good?
and love, y'all.